Welcome to the Between Hoops podcast, where we discuss basketball, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm your host, Colby Wood, joined by my co-host, Ryan McGoy.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great,
Good.
We're going to talk a little bit about, how you're feeling about UNC.
Mm-hmm.
They just beat Florida State.
Yeah,
so
we watched that one.
we're going to talk about
we'll get into it.
some of the NBA games that have taken place post All-Star break. Some exciting things going on. Just some great performances from different players. Great games, honestly. And I think it's starting to ramp up. You're going to see some great basketball between now and playoff time, I feel like.
For sure.
Last Thursday, we went to the Hustle versus Ignite game, the G League game in South Haven. We got our first impressions of Scoot, so we'll get into that, of course. And at the end of the podcast, we're going to draft some of our favorite basketball moments through history, whether that be just like personal favorite moments, things you've actually witnessed and been a part of, or just for your favorite NBA moments in general. But starting off, since it's fresh on our mind, we just watched UNC versus Florida State, and that was a little bit of a roller coaster of emotions towards the end there.
Yeah, so we started at the game. It was pretty tight to start off the game, and we just, they scared me there for a little bit. We were up like 18 at half, kept a good lead, and then with like 5 minutes left, just turning the ball over again, man. It's just, oh my gosh, blood pressure got a little high there, unnecessarily. That's not very good, but we got the win. It shows up in the win-loss column as a W. So,
and if you're new here, Ryan McGoy is a diehard UNC fan, so you take it way too personal whenever they lose, and whenever they do good, you sleep well at night.
Yeah, I do.
But if they don't,
then
it's a different story.
Yeah, man, it's been a roller coaster of a year. Preseason number 1 going into the season, and then just 18-11 right now, 11-8 in the lackluster ACC. It's just, I don't know, but
a little better than mid. They're not mid, but they're like a little better than mid.
Now, I will say this: if they were to not make the tournament this year, they would be the most disappointed team in college basketball history. How do you? Well,
considering they went to the championship
from number 1 to not even in the tournament, and we're on the bubble right now. We may not even get in.
That's my next question: is what are the odds they actually make the tournament? You think?
So,
well, at this point, their chances are greater and greater as they keep winning games. And we'll talk about this later too, but they got Duke on Saturday, so that's a must-win game.
We got so we lost to Miami and at NC State. Those were 2 games we could have won both, lost both of them by 8. And then Joe Lenardi, the bracketologist expert for college basketball, said, okay, you got to win these last 4 games between Notre Dame, Virginia, Florida State, and Duke. We beat Notre Dame, beat Virginia, and we beat Florida State. So now we got Duke, and probably we're going to have to win a game or 2
in the tournament,
in the ACC tournament. I don't know who we'd be matched up with. They put a bracket out that said if the season started today, we would. I don't remember who it was, but So we're right there, man. It's kind of frustrating to watch this team. Really frustrating to watch this team, I should say. But we got the win tonight. I'm feeling I'm happy right now. I'm satisfied, I guess you could say.
Even though it was just a Florida State team who's not very great.
Right.
I think the way that they closed it, and even though for a minute there you thought they were going to throw that away.
Oh, man.
They closed it off, and Leaky Black had that one dunk in the lane.
Oh, man.
Gave them a little boost of energy there. So, I don't know. It's kind of fun, that ending there.
If you tell me, at 3 o'clock today, hey, Armando Bacot's going to have 1 point, not play. He's just not going to
that's actually crazy to think about. They still won that game without
I would have said
you're
crazy. I would have said, okay, we might win. Depends how the guards play. Well, R.J. Davis led us in scoring 19 points, Leaky with 18 and 9 rebounds. So, apparently there was some NBA scouts in the arena tonight in Tallahassee, Florida.
Word has it.
And I don't know. So maybe he
found a little extra motivation.
I guess. He's not in any draft boards or anything, but that'd be awesome to see Leaky in the. I don't know. Regardless, we won. We're here. Tournament hope's still alive, and it's beat Duke week.
So Saturday they play Duke. So walk me through your routine. What you're gonna do from the moment you wake up till game time. How you're gonna prepare.
How
you're gonna emotionally mentally, physically prepare for this game.
I got a few things I got to do, but when I actually get sat down and like focus on the game, it's gonna be just. I mean, there's nothing I really do. I mean, I get a bunch of buddies over, we all hang out, have a good time, and it's just, I don't know. I'm always nervous, a nervous wreck the day of the game, but
Aggressive.
yeah.
You look. Let's just be honest.
dude, it gets intense in this house.
It gets heated.
But Duke's hot right now.
Also,
They're playing good. They're playing good ball.
one of your best friends, one of our best friends, Riley, is a Duke.
It's a Duke Blue Devil. Dookie.
So,
D-O-O-K.
and you said he won't be coming over for this because if he
Well-
had, y'all would probably be fighting.
Well, yeah, we watched the 2019 ACC tournament at his house, and I got in a room, he got in a room. We were just yelling at each other. That sounds so childish, but we're just passionate about it. But
Well, you're both competitive, and those are your teams.
yeah,
So.
and but yeah, I mean, if he wants to come over, he can, but it won't be pretty, I'm sure. But
No, something's going to get broken because
gosh.
you can't both win. So
That's true.
something, whether it's feelings hurt or
If-
damaged items in the living room. I'm looking over there.
hopefully
I'm seeing
not. Hopefully not.
that lamp is kind of nice. I don't want that to get
Kind of
broken.
tilted right now. Maybe the shade is. I don't know, but they beat us in Durham last time, so I mean,
We've also still got the Christmas tree up in there. So
oh my gosh,
if
Kobe
you need
still has not put our Christmas tree.
if you
down.
need something to throw, you can just throw that to the ground, and that'd be okay.
It's February 27th as we speak.
I just don't have anywhere to put it, buddy.
I know.
Okay.
We'll be all right. Get off topic. Regardless, closing my thoughts out on UNC. Disappointing season to this point. They've pissed me off a lot.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs, but we're 19-11 right now, and we're going in to play Duke at Chapel Hill, which is really good.
Which that could.
But Duke is that is good. Like, I would rather that game be at Chapel Hill than at Cameron Indoor.
Right.
But Duke is on fire right now, man. It's going to be a good one, I think. We've shot the ball better as of late, so I'm hoping that carries over. But we'll see. Maybe I'll either be really happy
It'd be a great feeling if they won. I can imagine. So we're going to transition over to some of the NBA games that have taken place since All-Star break. Some huge games. Huge games.
Big games, yep.
I just want to start out with one of the, I don't like talking about it necessarily, but on Thursday, the Grizzlies played the 76ers and dropped that one. We didn't get to watch that because, as we'll get into later, we were actually at the Hustle game in South Haven. So I didn't get to watch that one. I was kind of paying attention here and there, kind of looking at the score and the box score. We were up most of that game, about 10 points it seemed like, the whole game. And we dropped it. It was a competitive game. The Sixers hit some big shots down the stretch. Tobias Harris, But, we dropped that game versus the 76ers. But I bring that up to say because on Saturday, we bounced back big time against the Nuggets.
Oh, man.
Absolutely just destroyed the Nuggets. And I was sitting down ready to watch, this primetime television great matchup, first seed in the West and the Nuggets and the second seed with the Grizzlies, thinking this is going to be a really competitive game. And it was like the Grizzlies showed up to play and the Nuggets didn't. I don't know. I don't know if it was for lack of trying on the Nuggets or if I think it was more so the Grizzlies just hit their shots. They were just hitting. And that's a glimpse of how good we can be if we hit our shots because we're good at passing the ball around. We like running up and down.
For sure.
And I think that's impressive. The Nuggets didn't have Aaron Gordon, but we didn't have Steven Adams. That's having to put Xavier Tillman up against Jokic. That's and still blowing them out. That's a testament to how good we can be, I think.
Jokic looked like not taking anything away from Grizzly. Well, that's actually kind of what I'm leading into. He looked drained, but Xavier Tillman was like wearing him out, and I was like, "What the heck?" Like, looked like he was just wore out, some scratches.
Yeah, no, he did. He had some scratches on him,
we've
like gashes.
I don't know. Kobe said it's from being in the Grizzlies' den.
Yeah, you step in the den with the Grizzlies, that tends to happen.
Oh gosh. Well,
Didn't even put a Band-Aid on it. You need to fire that athletic trainer.
They need to pour some peroxide in that bad boy. It's going to get infected if we don't hurry up and fix that.
Some standout notes I have is we held Jokic to 15 points. He still had 13 rebounds though, so he's going to get those. He's a hoss. But the 3 assists,
that's
how do you
crazy.
ever? Holding him to 3 assists is great. But that's also, not a stat that you can control necessarily as your assist numbers. If you're passing it around and your teammates aren't scoring, that's not something you can control. But holding him to 3 assists, that's a successful.
I would say so.
Thing right there.
Yeah, I would say so.
Tyus Jones off the bench, 17 points.
He was hit, dude.
2 rebounds, 5 assists.
It seemed like every time I looked up in the first 2 quarters, he was hitting every shot, man.
Tyus Jones did his thing. He's our spark off the bench. We need that from him.
He is.
And Xavier Tillman, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 6 for 6 from the field.
Wow.
So shout out to Tillman. He's a big reason we blew him out the way we did, I think. And you don't necessarily expect a player like him to do that, but when you're filling in for Steven Adams, someone's got to pick up the slack.
If it
was him.
If you get Jokic rattled, that's the center of their offense, so it's just gonna throw him off. I think that's what they did, and they got to him. And I mean, who's to say? I don't know. Like,
that's exactly right. If you do everything you can to stop him, which you can try everything you want sometimes, and it's never good enough. But if you can somehow stop him a little bit, then at that point, you're going to do a little bit of damage to the Nuggets because everything runs through Jokic.
It does, man. He's insane.
Now, immediately the day after, on Sunday,
yep,
he goes into it's a home game against the Clippers, but he decides to drop 40 points. He has 17 rebounds and 10 assists, so he got his triple-double. We watched that game.
Dude, it was nuts. It went into overtime.
It did go into overtime against the Clippers. They won it. The Nuggets did. Jamal Murray, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 12 assists, and he can go on hot streaks too. Let's not count out Murray here.
No, yeah,
And on top of that, 40, 17, and 10 from Jokic. He had 3 steals on 66% from the field.
That's nuts.
3 steals, and also that he had that 1 steal and that fast break, and he lobbed it up to.
Was it Bruce Brown?
I think it was Bruce Brown, but don't quote me on that. But yeah,
perfect,
big electric play,
like
a competitive game.
Really was.
And Kawhi Leonard had 33, but it didn't matter because Jokic just took care of business. And I want to focus on Kawhi for just a second here because on Friday, the Kings beat the Clippers 176-175 in what was the second highest scoring game in NBA history.
Yeah, that was
in double
nuts.
overtime. The Kings won.
It was double. Okay.
Malik Monk, 45 points. De'Aaron Fox, 42 points, 12 assists. Sabonis, 20 points, 10 rebounds.
Dang.
Wow. I mean, I know it's a double overtime game, so those numbers are somewhat expected, but that's still insane.
If that was in regulation, you'd be like, okay, what the crap? But I mean,
it's still ridiculous.
That's really.
And I think if any team was to put up those numbers this season, it would be the Kings because they have the highest offensive rating as of now in NBA history.
That's nuts.
Like I was telling you earlier, they have the firepower offensively. They're very great, but it's their defense that's a little questionable. So people wonder how far that can actually take them in the playoffs. But yeah, don't get in a scoring match with the Kings.
No,
dude. It's a bad idea.
No.
Kawhi Leonard though, 44 points. Man, he's been on a tear.
He's been doing good.
So you can't pull the load management card right now with Kawhi because he's like clearly trying. I think he notices the West is getting stronger, and so to get a solid playoff spot, he's gonna have to show up.
Yeah,
I think that's what it comes down to.
Do you think, kind of off in a rabbit hole here, do you think they should do something about the load management? What should they do?
The only thing you can do, in my opinion, would be to shorten the season to
I
cut off about 15, maybe 20 games, and that would give players more incentive to play because those games matter more.
I just feel, and I understand, like, I do not play in the NBA. Like, I'm not positive what it does to their body every night, but man, I just wish we could see all the players. And I get you're going to get hurt, but sitting out because, rest or whatever, right. I wish they would shorten the season because it's getting ridiculous. It really is. Not saying Kawhi, but you mentioned load management, and I just thought I'd say that.
I think the thing people may be stuck on with shortening the season would be what that would do to historical statistics. Like in terms of say you're a rookie and you just got drafted. I mean, not that you would ever beat the all-time scoring record. Not that you ever would do that. But you wouldn't even really have the chance because you're having 20 less games a season. I mean, you're not going to ever beat any kind of record like that. I mean, that goes for points, rebounds, assists. You can't touch those records because those were all broken by guys that played 82 games.
That's true. That's true.
That's the only thing I would be caught up on. But outside of that, if you're just worried about competitive basketball and, good playoff basketball, and, considering everybody's healthy, I think shortening the season's the way to go. Also, the Wednesday game, a random Wednesday game, would be more enjoyable having 60 games than it would be 82 games.
That's
because
true.
it's
That's true.
harder to, there's not as many games.
Yeah.
So games matter more,
I just think they should do something. I'm not saying fine players. Shortening the season is the way to go. I think that's the only correct answer. I mean, I really do. But yeah, just a little rabbit hole I thought I'd go down.
A couple more stats from that game. Russell Westbrook in a Clipper uniform. I like it.
We didn't talk about that last week, did we?
No. It was so new. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
He had 17 points and 14 assists. I mean, but
14?
he didn't. Yeah, 14 assists.
Dang, man. I didn't know that.
I mean, he can do that. You've seen it before. He can facilitate.
For sure.
People don't realize how good he can be playmaking. And you put shooters around him like Paul George and Kawhi. I mean,
yeah.
Paul George, by the way, had 34 points.
Dang. Dude went off.
I know. Speaking of, if we're talking about points, Damian Lillard
Oh, man.
against the Rockets had 71 points.
Dude.
He's the second player this season to have 71 points. The 8th player in NBA history
That's what's
to have
crazy.
over 70.
The second player in
This season.
Yes.
71 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, 13 for 22 from the 3, which is 59%.
That's
Absolutely ridiculous.
Crazy stat.
If anybody was to do it, it would be Dame.
It would.
time. 22 for 38 from the field, 58%. That's so efficient. 71%. That's ridiculous.
I wish that I love. Okay, if you don't know out there, Colby knows. People that know me know. I love Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant's my favorite player of all time. I wish Dame. No, not just Dame. I wish somebody would break that record. I really do. Like that.
I think
it's close.
It'll happen.
It's close.
It'll happen.
Nobody will break Wilt. Nobody. I don't think anybody will break 100. I don't.
No.
Because as crazy as what Dame did last night, he's still got to put up 29. Yeah, 29 more points to
tie it. Yeah.
That's. But
it would have to be like a double overtime kind of thing, which is doable. I mean, it's doable, but it's not probable. It can happen, but it probably won't happen.
Yeah. Just consistent over 4
71
quarters.
points was ridiculous. Donovan Mitchell, when he did it, was jaw-dropping as well. But
you expect it out of Dame. You didn't. I mean, you would expect it out of Donovan, but I mean, not like Dame. There goes my pen. No, but yeah,
insane.
It's
insane
crazy.
game.
It's crazy the high level scores that are in the league, man. It's nuts for sure. I mean,
and it's just on a rise. It seems like
is.
it's evolving. That mixed with the calls that are changing, which I don't want to get on a tangent here, but
Oh yeah.
Things are constantly changing to prioritize offense. So there's
That's
that.
true.
Do what you want with that information, but Lakers.
Oh,
Lakers beat the Mavericks.
Yep.
That was a game. That was a good
Yep.
game. And they came back from 27 down. So
yes.
they're on the other end of the comebacks.
Yes.
Meaning like they don't typically come back from 27 down. But they do have a whole new look team, so you got to approach the Lakers a little differently now. They have a different look entirely, which by the way,
Go ahead.
you talking about Jared Vanderbilt?
I was about to say Jared Vanderbilt.
I want to hit on him real quick. He had 15 points, which is, good. 17 rebounds, though. Talk about hustle.
And I'm not sure. I don't know if you wrote down Luka's stats. Do you know how many?
I got Luka, 26 points and 9 rebounds.
Is that fair to say that's
a good game from Luka, but
guess who's guarding?
He has consistently gotten over 30.
Vanderbilt was guarding Luka, and that's as good as you can do. Like, I truly believe that's as good as you can do on Luka.
Kyrie had 21 points, 11 rebounds. LeBron, 26 points.
Oh man.
Anthony Davis, 30 and 15. Anthony Davis
balling.
Yeah, and he can do that, which is why people get hung up on Anthony Davis because they're like, he's inconsistent.
He is.
Because he can do this. He'll give you 30 and 15, and they'll turn around and just give you like
either that or he'll
give
get
you
hurt.
an ankle.
Yeah,
give you a sprained ankle.
That's where you're going with that. I was about to say, or he'll get hurt. But
speaking of hurt, LeBron's hurt. He got hurt in that game. We're talking about all these ankle jokes, and LeBron's the one that got hurt. They can't ever be on the court together.
Expected to miss multiple weeks.
Was it a sprained ankle? I don't know.
It's
I don't
like
know.
it's like a foot/ankle. I don't know.
It was ankle related.
Yes.
We can say
He tweaked it on Lakers' foot.
LeBron's going to miss several weeks, according to Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN. Man, let's hope it's not that serious, because you're going to need LeBron, especially if you make a play-in push.
We're gonna have to. I mean, and there's
You gotta have
6 weeks left of the regular season. We need LeBron, man. It's not. I don't know, but I feel more comfortable now, obviously, than I did 3 weeks ago.
That's true.
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago, if you lost LeBron, it'd be the end of the world. Now it's still not great, but you've got pieces
And
you can put in there.
we need D'Angelo Russell to come back too. He's probable for the game against the Grizzlies,
Which would be tonight.
Yes.
If you're listening on the release of the podcast.
Colby's Grizzlies, my Lakers. Let's get it. Gonna be a good one. Well, I don't know.
It may.
We'll see.
Because the Lakers are hungry. That's
They
the
are
thing about them right now. They are
Who's gonna be?
trying really hard.
I wish D'Lo was playing, man. I really love D'Lo in the Lakers uniform. I always did. I always wanted him back. Glad he's back. And I'm hoping for the best. I fully do not expect the Lakers to win that game against the Grizzlies in Memphis without LeBron. Maybe not even with LeBron. But anything can happen. I don't know.
We're going to talk about last Thursday. What we did last Thursday was. You're like, what do we do?
I was like, what are we talking about?
We went to South Haven, Ryan and I, and we watched Scoot Henderson play of the G League Ignite against the Memphis Hustle. And typically, I'm not just jumping up and down, excited to go to a G League matchup. But for this, I made an exception because Scoot Henderson is supposed to be the second pick in the draft. So I'm like, I need to go see this guy before ticket sales skyrocket and I never, ever get to see him in person. And we went and sat courtside for $60 a piece, right by the Ignite bench. Got a great look at Scoot.
Man.
We sat by a couple of his agents, so we had to talk with his agents, a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Not in detail.
It was
but
like his agent / like he said he was his best friend. So
Yeah.
like a.
I guess just like his I don't know what you
You could
call
say
it.
an agent. You could, because I'm
He
sure.
said he was his
he did.
agent.
But and then he said he's from. I said, where's he from? I didn't know where Scoot was from. He said he's from Atlanta. He's representing or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, he was representing. That's what he said.
was right by and he was.
We sat next to him.
He was talking that talk to Kenny Lofton Jr. Man at courtside, and
It was a fun time.
it was so fun, dude.
It was a fun time for sure. Complimentary food.
Oh yeah.
And drinks.
All you had to do was-
They slapped a little bracelet on us.
Yep.
All you can eat. I'm like, dang, like knowing what I know now, we won't even eat next time before we come.
Yep.
We'll just come here and eat.
That's true. It was.
I mean, because you'd eat $20 worth of food, and all of a sudden, really, your ticket is only like $40 if you're eating.
Yeah, if you're eating.
If you look at it that way, I mean, like if you're eating all that food and you're actually getting full off of
instant
it.
refills. Just go get your refill. I mean,
it's honestly a really nice setup, and it was not as crowded as I thought it would be. But we saw Mike Miller.
Mike Miller,
a former Grizzly, was sitting courtside. He lives in Memphis, so
Yeah.
I guess he was just catching Scoot Henderson in action. So we actually got to meet Mike Miller after the game. We took a picture with Mike. He's a real nice dude.
really nice. I mean, I'm sure he was tired, ready to get out of there, but I mean, he stopped. I asked him for a picture. We both took pictures with him, and real nice guy. We walked out right in front of him. He went to his Cadillac. Was it a Cadillac? Black
Oh
Cadillac?
yeah, like a big old Escalade 2022.
Yeah,
a big old,
huge.
Oh my God,
Yeah, I mean, you knew.
shiny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you saw that out in the parking lot. And like, yeah, I know who.
Yeah,
I know whose car that is. Who is that? I keep forgetting his last name. The hustle player for Duke.
Matthew Hurt.
Matthew Hurt. You were taunting him the whole game.
Yeah, he didn't hear me though, so then I kind of was just like.
No, but after the game, you got a picture with him and you went, "Go Heels."
I said, "Oh, by the way, go Tar Heels," and he didn't hear me. He looks at me and he's just like.
He's like, okay.
He's like, okay, look at this dude.
Yeah.
But no, dude,
That's funny,
That dude
though.
played good, and would it be like the way he moves, like
Very aloof.
very
Kind of a
aloof.
lard ass.
He kind of is.
He's kind of a lard ass for real. And he's picking at his crotch the whole game.
Oh my gosh, not a. I mean,
He was.
tall guy. He's not a big guy, but he moves.
And he's got
like-
that damn bowl cut.
He
Whatever
looks
that.
like he's-
I don't even know what that is.
He looks like he's just. I mean,
I don't
he'll get a
even know,
rebound
dude.
and he runs down the court with his hands just.
It's like inbred.
Something. Oh, he went to Duke, so I mean,
He
there
may
you
be.
go, man. He went to Duke. So.
Yeah, there's something wrong with those Dukes. All those Duke players are fornicating.
He went he went to Duke, so that's his first problem. But,
Oh God.
he played really good though. I was impressed with his game. I mean,
Now, something I was really, really excited to do at this game was take pictures of Scoot, take videos, kind of just compile some stuff. So I took my camera, which they didn't say nothing about me bringing my camera.
not
I
at
was
all.
sitting literally we were sitting courtside right by the goal, and I was just taking pictures of Scoot and videos and all kinds of stuff. By the way, Sharif plays for the
Sharif
Ignite.
O'Neal.
So I took pictures of him. Obviously, some hustle players too, but really I was there for Scoot. I wanted to see him in action. So I took some pics of him, uploaded them to the gram at DubsFlix.
Go, yeah.
Follow it.
DUBS.
And he liked my picture on Instagram.
He did.
So
yes.
I'm valid.
He made it.
I'm valid for that.
No, I like how it was so laid back. Like you could have went around and like took pictures, and they wouldn't even have batted an eye to it. Like you could have been like
it was interesting.
You could have said,
very
"Oh,
different.
I'm a G League Ignite photographer," and they would believe you.
Very
They don't
different
care.
than the Memphis Grizzlies games.
For
They're
sure.
so strict about cameras and stuff. But please, not that we have a lot of listeners for this, but like, please don't go take pictures and stuff because I enjoy going to the hustle games. So just as long as there's not 30 people in there with cameras, they probably won't care.
Yeah.
As long as I'm like the only guy, but like if it gets like to a point where everybody starts taking pictures, they're gonna have to implement some kind of policy.
I like to be optimistic. We're going to get a lot of listeners here.
Okay.
We're going to. We're not.
We're shooting for 20.
shooting for about 20 listeners. I mean, 20 likes. That'll do. Or 20 views, whatever.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Okay.
No, it was very laid back though.
What about Scoot? Let's talk about Scoot for a minute. What were your impressions of him? He had 20 points, 14 assists, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks.
Okay, you said 20 points, 14 assists. The
Yep.
20 and 14 really strikes me like it's eye popping to me because last week on the podcast, if you haven't watched it, listen to it, go check it out. But we were asking each other what our comparisons were for Scoot, or who would we compare him to in the NBA?
Yeah.
I said Derrick Rose and Westbrook, a mix. You said Westbrook, but online they were saying CP3, and I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
dude, we went to the game, and the dude looks like a mini CP3 the way he facilitates, gets to the rim, finds open teammates. I mean,
No, yeah, for sure. That's
It's-
something I didn't realize until after the fact. I was like, wait, he had 14 assists.
and it didn't seem like it, but it was a sneaky. Like,
And what was crazy to me is he didn't have the ball a whole lot either.
no,
Because there were some possessions I'm like, I want to see Scoot. I'm here for Scoot. I want to see the ball in his damn hands. And
that's true.
so 20 points and 14 assists in what seemed like he didn't even have the ball all that much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and like you said, that 14 was sneaky because I don't know how to
he would
explain it, dude.
he would like go to the baseline, go out of bounds, and then like
Yeah.
thread the needle.
Very,
But
yeah,
like it did not seem like 14 assists. That's what the nuts to me.
it was crazy. I mean, he's legit. He's his own thing. He's not a Westbrook or a D Rose or a
He's
Chris
not,
Paul. He's
no.
like his own thing. He's strong. He's stocky. He's built. He's athletic, but he's a facilitator too. He's not just one dimensional where he's just gonna go and dunk on people, though he can do that. But he's a legitimate basketball
He
player.
is, man.
He is someone that could come in the league and just be electric right off the bat, but also stay 15 plus years just because he's got that basketball skill like Chris Paul has,
Yeah.
where he's not relying on athleticism. I just think Scoot is going to be in the NBA.
He's got it, but he don't rely on it. Yeah,
Right.
That's true.
And another thing I got here on my list is that he's composed. I mean,
You
he had
don't see
he
him.
had moments where he was just like kind of emotional and kind of yelling and stuff. But for the most part, he's composed. He's very just doing his own thing, just playing the game as it comes to him.
He really is.
I don't know,
The
man.
Hustle ended up winning that, right?
The hustle one.
2-2, right?
Don't make me a liar.
2 or 3.
It was a close game, very close game. Also, the Friday night game that we didn't go to immediately after they played on Friday, that was Grizz night. So all the Grizz players were there sitting courtside. I didn't
If
realize.
only we would have known.
I didn't even realize that Grizz night was the night after. But yeah, that would have been a night to be courtside for sure.
For sure.
Meet Ja. Shoot.
And I was stuck in the theater watching Ant-Man. So
Oh God.
we'll get into it. We ain't gonna talk about
Ant-Man.
that.
Oh.
We're very.
Ant-Man. I liked it.
It was very mid.
Speaking of meeting players, after the game, we stuck around a little bit because we got a little confident with our green wristbands they gave us.
Oh, man.
We were sitting down, everybody's clearing out, and we're sitting courtside with what seems to be Scoot's family, and it is Scoot's family.
I knew it was Scoot's mom. They look just alike.
Big spoiler, and not to mention the fact she had a Scoot Henderson jersey on. But we were sitting there, like we said, it's very laid back. There's people playing bago, people getting food, people in the bounce houses and stuff. So we're sitting there, and everybody's clearing out slowly and steadily. We're like, we're going to meet Scoot. We're going to just sit here for a little while and see if we can meet Scoot. And word has it he's going to come out the locker room at any moment and just, see his family and stuff. And little by little, everybody's leaving. And then all of a sudden, it's just, this empty arena with nobody but, some security staff, his family, and us.
And us, too.
And we're just sitting there just don't make a move.
I told Colby
not to think it would have been really awkward if he's just coming out expecting to see his family and there's a couple white boys from Jonesboro, Arkansas, sitting there. Hey, Scoot, remember us? We were sitting courtside.
Wanting autographs and stuff. I mean, and then what happened? Tell them what happened.
Well, we borderline got kicked out. Well, not kicked out. They're the security guard comes over to us. She's like, who are y'all?
And what did I say? I was like,
Scoot. And you're like, we want to see Scoot. And she's like, huh? Who? And we're here to see Scoot. His family. His family's right next to us.
That's why.
So we're like, we're here to see Scoot. And then she's like, huh? And then the white guy, the event leader or whatever, the security, the head security.
He was hired,
whatever,
for sure.
He's looking over and he's seeing this conversation we're having with this lady. And he's basically like, nope, y'all gotta go.
Gotta go.
Can't be here. Family only.
Only family. Yep.
Family only. I'm like, that's embarrassing as hell.
It kind of was.
See you, Miss Henderson. See you in the NBA.
It kind of was really embarrassing. No.
But like I said, not to mention how awkward that would have been. Scoot coming out. Hey, Scoot, can I get a pic? Nah.
That would have been. And then
because they lost the game, so it's not like he's ecstatic to just meet people.
That's true.
Yeah. So it might have worked out best. It's probably best it worked out the way it did. But anyway, the experience in general was great. Scoot he met my expectations, maybe then some. I learned a few things actually watching him play about his game. I think he's going to be
I think he exceeded
a force to be reckoned with.
Bit, just a little bit.
Just hope we don't end up with the Rockets because I don't know how they'll do with his talent.
His game.
I mean, hopefully he goes to the Thunder. That'd be cool. I don't know how that would work with Shea, but anyway.
And Josh Giddey.
Anyway, yeah. Long story short, Scoot, he's legit. He's legit. He's a legitimate second pick in the draft. I mean, like we've said before, he would be the first had Victor Wembanyama not existed. Okay. Speaking of draft, we're going to get into our draft, one of our final segments of this podcast. This week, our draft is drafting our favorite basketball moments.
Okay.
This can be a combination of just some of the best basketball and, NBA college moments.
Okay.
Our personal favorites, personal experiences, special moments to us, however you want to approach it. We both get 8 picks. I guess I'll get first pick because you had the first pick last week. Let's go back and forth.
Because I was about to say, we're probably not going to steal each other's pick. This isn't going to be a draft where we're stealing picks in this one. Might be.
And also, it's not necessarily one where there has to be a winner who has the best picks.
Yes.
This is conversational based. Just want to see what some of the best moments are to you.
And you did not have to witness it, correct?
No. You didn't have to witness it. You didn't have to live through it.
Just, okay.
No.
Okay.
But
I'm going to write down our teams here.
Again, 8 picks apiece. We're going to fly through them. By fly, I mean a minute or so apiece. And give me your reasons why, that's one of your favorite moments. Okay. And kind of try to draft an order of
most their favorite to, okay.
My list is already somewhat in that order, but not exactly. I'll just go accordingly.
So you got first, correct?
Would you like me to go right now?
Just go ahead.
I'm just going to take the whole Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals, and that would just include the LeBron block, the Kyrie 3, coming back down from 3-1 in that series against the champions of 2015, beating them down 3-1, getting Cleveland their first championship, fulfilling your promise of bringing a championship to Cleveland, that's huge for LeBron. So, yeah, that was an incredible, and we did live through that. So,
we saw
and
that
I was
one.
watching that live. That was absolutely insane.
Nuts. That was nuts, man.
So, yeah, definitely just 2016, Game 7, ridiculous. Winning it in Oakland, just everything about it. I mean, if you don't know, look it up, man. Google's free.
Oh, yeah. Blocked by James. Probably just search that one. And
Blocked by James, yeah.
All right, my pick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I'm going to switch it over. No surprise here to the college game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've lived through 2016, 17, 20. I think I've lived through 3 Final Fours. I've witnessed my team make it to 3 Final Fours. But I've seen my team win 1 championship. But my favorite moment I've ever experienced, a recent one at that, UNC beating Duke in the Final Four of last year's March Madness tournament.
Okay. I didn't have that on my list.
See, yeah, I knew Caleb Love hitting the shot.
That's just like your favorite ever?
I think so. I mean, dude, the emotions in that game.
I can imagine you.
Nothing that
I can imagine you
that.
going insane. I can just imagine. I can picture.
There's, and to top it off, I mean, it's the biggest rivalry maybe in sports, definitely in college basketball, and we beat them in the Final Four. Bragging rights for life, but
okay.
Awesome moment.
I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you. I'm gonna take Chris Jenkins' shot.
Oh.
I'm gonna take that Villanova game winner
Ooh.
to win the NCAA championship against the Tar Heels.
I'm just writing down Chris Jenkins because it's like engraved in my mind.
I'm not doing that to piss you off, but that was literally one of the most amazing moments I've ever witnessed.
Man.
What year was that? 2016?
2016.
Yeah, 2016. That was a hell of a year. Oh my God. For college basketball and NBA.
Everything.
Sports. I mean, music. I mean, everything was great that year.
2K was good that
2016 was peak.
Yeah, that was really
peak. that Villanova game winner versus UNC for me.
Sadly.
Very fun.
Okay, here we go. My second favorite moment. I'm going to stick with the college game. We're going to stick on this little topic of UNC.
I mean, hey, it's your draft, man.
Chris Jenkins hits that shot in 2016. We lose 2 key players, come back in 2017, and we redeem ourselves and go all the way and win the championship. That's my second favorite. I mean,
you're just gonna take like that 2017 season
UNC
team?
2017 run. How about that?
Okay.
And it's, dang, it was awesome. It was just better knowing what we went through to get to that point.
That's true. Yeah.
But
and the fact you could have had 2 in a row.
I know.
But not to mention, if you had won that one in 2016, you might not have done it in 2017 because that gave you the further motivation to do what you did.
That's right. We definitely wouldn't be like this year's team. I can tell you that. But whatever.
I'm gonna take Ray Allen's 3-pointer to tie the series up 3-3 in 2013
Bosh
versus
back
the Spurs.
out to Allen.
Yep.
3 bang.
That Bosh rebound, the Allen 3 to save LeBron's legacy, as some like to say, which
Probably
very well may have saved his
Probably.
legacy, but. Yeah, that Ray Allen 3-pointer was ridiculous, so I'll take that.
Ray Allen 3.
Yep.
I don't know why I'm writing them down as if we're competing.
No, I'm not writing yours down.
I know. I was writing yours down. I'm going to go my all-time favorite player, his last game in a Laker uniform.
Okay. I had that on mine.
Kobe Bryant scoring 60 points against the Utah Jazz. Awesome. Awesome moment.
Yep. And now, I put in parentheses Mamba out.
Mamba out. Yep. And knowing what has happened since then, obviously he's passed away.
That's a great farewell to Kobe right there.
It is, man. It was awesome. But go ahead.
I have this at number 2. I think it's a great basketball moment. I didn't live through it. I didn't have any kind of like dog in the fight, but I just think Michael Jordan's shot over Craig Elo against the Cavs to win the series.
Okay. When you said Michael Jordan shot, I was thinking of the 98.
Against the Cavs to win the series. That's back when they only had to go to 3, so they won the series 3-2, and Michael Jordan had 44 that game.
That was.
I think that one.
That
one's pretty high.
The fist pump, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's for the Michael Jordan fans out there. Again, I didn't live through that, but I just think that moment in general is a great moment.
Here we go again.
It's iconic.
This is my fourth, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, honestly, I probably should have put this. No, I can't put that above Kobe. I can't do it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go UNC beating Duke last year at Cameron Indoor Stadium when it was Coach K's last game at Duke.
Okay.
Because they had like a whole section reserved off for like J.J. Redick, Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Like 50 Duke former players, and then UNC.
And they all got to watch North Carolina beat Duke.
We didn't beat them. Like we beat them by like 13. Like it wasn't just like, oh, we snuck out of there. Like we beat them, and that was awesome. But it set up the Final Four.
I did watch that.
That was
Now, for my last 4, I think I'm going to pick more personal picks.
Okay.
I have some in here that are great NBA moments, but I'm going to do what you've been kind of doing and pick some like personal favorites. I'm going to take the Mike Conley mask game in the playoffs versus the Warriors. Game 2, 2015, second round. Mike had he went 8 for 13 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, and the Grizzlies ended up losing that series 4-2. But that was when the Warriors were absolutely unstoppable. Well, no.
Wait, 15?
2015. That was the year the Warriors won the championship.
What game was that?
Game 2.
Game 2, okay.
Yep. In Oakland. That was after Mike Conley's face got broken by C.J. McCollum against the Trailblazers.
I forgot all about that. I should have known
the round prior.
I should have known you'd go the Mike Conley route.
He walked. Legend has it, he was like throwing up. Like, dude, he lost weight. I mean, and he was just like, he just fought through it. And he did it. And that was a really good game for Mike. It's not like he dropped 50, but 22 on efficient shooting. You just got to go back and watch the Mike Conley mask game, game 2 of the series against the Warriors in 2015. What a great game. And
I'm going to go. Go ahead. Finish
No, you're fine. I was just saying that was such a big deal that whenever the series was brought back to Memphis, they had T-shirts with like the grizzly bear and a mask on it.
I remember that.
Yeah, incredible. And his face was swollen, man. It's not like a cosmetic thing where he was just wearing it because it looks cool. No, like his eye was swollen. I'm love Mike. I'm gonna go.
I should have known you'd do a Mike Conley. Not that it's on my list.
That's my only Mike one though.
Okay. I'm gonna go an experience I've had. This, I mean, isn't a moment in an actual game. I'm gonna go Kobe's last game in Memphis. Kobe Bryant's last game in Memphis.
You were there?
On his farewell tour.
Yeah, you were there.
And I think we ended up getting beat, like, I don't remember.
He gave his jersey or shoes or something to Mike. Or the ball. I can't remember what he did, but he gave something to Mike. That's when he was.
I don't know how my mom snagged those tickets, but we were sitting like, oh, man. We were sitting like 8 or 10 rows up. And it was me and a couple buddies, and Kobe walked off the court with Kobe chants, Kobe, and it was just awesome. I mean,
I can't imagine. I never got to see Kobe play.
Oh man, I saw him.
I've seen LeBron play like 4 times.
I've never seen Bron play. See, but Kobe was my guy, man.
That's great. That's incredible. You got to witness that.
I know. Was that was my 5th, correct?
No, I'm not going to take that. Again, I'm going to stay with a couple personal until I run out of these. I'm going to take watching Ja getting drafted at the draft party.
Okay.
I went to the draft party at the Forum. Well, while the draft was being held, they had the open arena and all that stuff. And obviously, the Pelicans take Zion with the first pick. And with the second pick in the NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Ja Morant. Everybody just erupts. It was a great experience. And that was right after, Mike got traded, and all this.
Yep.
Or Mike was just about to get traded. I can't remember the order of events. Regardless, there's like this feeling in the air. Things are about to change. Mike's about to leave. And
like a new era.
A new era is coming. So people were just excited, very excited.
For sure.
And even then, we had no idea what he would pan out to be. Incredible. That was a fun experience, watching that draft party live.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with. Is this my 6th pick? Is this number 6? I believe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, so it'd be my 6th.
Yep.
Okay, I have. You mentioned Mike Conley, game 2. Well, in game 3, my boy Harrison Pate got. I don't know if his parents bought the ticket. I think it was his grandparents, but they snagged some box seats, the lower box seats.
Yeah.
Game 3, 2015 Western Conference semifinals. Grizzlies beat the Warriors by like 14 that night. And I was sitting there and I was like, obviously the Warriors haven't won a championship yet. But I was like, the Grizzlies may.
That was the beginning of the dynasty.
I was like, the Grizzlies may pull this off, like this series, because after that it was 2-1 and the crowd was going nuts. Curry couldn't hit a shot. I mean, Thompson was off. It was an awesome experience, though. I mean, I've been blessed to go be a part of some good, like in the crowd for some good times. But that's not my number 6.
I'll take another Grizz thing. I'll take another one. I'm gonna take Jaw's dunk on Malik Beasley in Game 5, and then in the fourth quarter he won the game on a buzzer beater layup, game-winning lay. Incredible. I was there for that, so that's why that one resonates with me a little more.
Okay. So
Watching that absolute poster of a dunk on Malik Beasley was crazy, dude. Crazy. It's like he was jumping on a trampoline. Yeah, just look up Jaw dunking on Malik Beasley. That should be.
He's on the Lakers now, so it's sore subject. Whatever. Let's see. For my 7th pick, I'm going to go with meeting the one and only Roy Williams. Former UNC coach this past year. I was sitting behind the goal, but where the student section usually was, it was around Christmas time or after Christmas, so the students weren't home. So we got those tickets in that section, and Roy sits right there. And I went over and got a picture with him. He said, "God bless you, young man." I said, "You too, sir." And I went off, and it was
I feel like he's a nice guy,
dude. But you could tell, like, after the hundreds and hundreds of autographs he'd signed, he was still just being nice. Like, I don't know. That was a really
That's
cool
true.
moment.
I feel like that'd get tiring.
Oh my gosh, and he don't mind it either. That's
You've also
thing.
got a public image to withhold, so you can't just like be mean to people. But now I have one last pick.
One last pick. I have mine down to 2.
I'm just gonna approach again. I have so many good moments on here. I'm gonna kind of approach this a little differently. Just what is gonna be remembered as a very weird time in the NBA, but also a great moment where the athletes came together and just played for the fans. I'm just gonna take the COVID bubble.
Okay.
I think that's gonna end up being one of the things we look back on in 20 or 30 years and be like, dude, do you remember when they played in the COVID? There needs to be documentaries on this.
There will be.
Because that's that's crazy, dude. They were in the COVID bubble for like 3 months in Disney, and the Lakers won it that year.
Yeah, and see, I don't know. I didn't watch it. Like, I couldn't get into it. I just couldn't get into the
It was weird.
bubble.
It was definitely weird. But that's why I think it was so interesting. It's an interesting concept where they were fighting through just
to get out of there. To get out. That's I mean, but yeah, they won it in 2020, and I don't know if that title's like, what would you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
The asterisk that everybody keeps talking about,
yes.
like whether it actually counts.
I can see people saying, okay, well, they were in a bubble, they were fighting to get out. It was them by themselves, so it counts. But then I can also see
the players have said that that's the best basketball that was being played in their career because they had to literally eat, sleep, and breathe basketball that whole time. And couldn't leave. So it's like that was the most competitive basketball. I don't think you could ever say there was an asterisk there for the Lakers because it's just pure basketball.
I think
there's no distractions.
People only said that because it's A, LeBron, and B, the Lakers.
I agree with that.
If the Trailblazers won the COVID NBA bubble championship, Trailblazers fans would hang a million banners.
I don't know, man. NBA fans are petty though. At the same time, I feel like they wouldn't want to credit Dame, but
I'm gonna go.
You got one last pick.
Okay, so I want to pick the Lakers winning in 2010 because the 2010
that was a good championship.
I think, you know what, I'm going to pick that over the dunk contest 2016. I'm going to pick that.
Dang, I forgot about that dunk contest.
I'm going to pick because that's when I really started getting into basketball. I'd watched the 2008 between the Celtics and Lakers, but 2010 was when I really was like, okay, I like basketball. And Kobe's last chip, I mean, I don't know. Just a good memory.
I really like your picks. A bunch of Kobe and UNC stuff.
A bunch of Kobe.
I had to throw in my Grizzly stuff, but also tried to be a little unbiased and throw in some NBA. Just great NBA moments.
I almost included, I didn't witness it obviously, but Malice at the Palace. I love that moment.
Okay. Here's what I'll do.
I love that moment.
With my last, I had 20 on here that I was ready to roll through. I'm just going to run through them. I'm not even going to explain them. I'm just going to tell you some of these NBA moments I had listed as honorable mentions. Jordan's flu game. Kawhi Leonard's game winner versus the 76ers, 2019. Kobe's 81-point game. Malice at the Palace.
I love Malice at the Palace.
Wilt Chamberlain's 100 points. Kobe's final game. MJ's free throw line dunk in 1987. Bucks beating the Suns in the 2021
yeah,
finals.
that was good.
LeBron being drafted, first pick 2003. Because as good as they thought he would be, I don't think they ever
He's exceeded it. He has.
thought. Vince Carter 2000 dunk contest where he went, it's over.
It's over.
That was iconic.
Yeah.
Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue.
Oh, man.
And I got Damian Lillard's game winner versus the Rockets in 2014, which was the first time to get to the second round in 14 years.
Wow.
For the Trailblazers. So that was a huge moment. And that was kind of the birth of Dame time, too.
It really was. I mean,
that was an insane game winner.
I didn't have as many honorable mentions as you, but a couple of mine were Malice at the Palace. For some reason, this sticks out as a great moment to me. The Curry, they're playing in OKC, and he hits that, 32-footer at the buzzer.
Oh, yeah.
Almost at the buzzer.
I remember watching that live.
Near half court.
Yeah.
And that, for some reason, that sticks out to me. And
I remember where I was when that happened.
But, I mean, really, other than that, it was just a bunch of other UNC and Kobe stuff. So that was a good draft. Good memories there.
Very great memories.
Yes.
I mean, we're lucky to be able to say we've lived through. I mean, I think this is just me, but I think this is the peak NBA era we're living in currently. Hey, fight me on it, at me. This is some great NBA basketball being played.
Talent level, yes. What's going on, I would say not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that early 2000s was just it. Maybe even early 2010s, but teach their own. Teach their own.
Teach their own, man. We got some games to look forward to. I'm going to let you start off with Saturday's games.
Okay.
Clearly, we've already talked about it. We got Duke versus UNC.
Oh.
That's a big one. And then we got Kansas versus Texas. And then we got Arizona versus UCLA. Obviously, there's more college basketball games, but those are some notable ones. All on Saturday.
Don't make me a liar here, but I think Kansas and Texas, whoever wins that is number one in the Big 12 regular season. UCLA's already clinched the Pac-12 regular season title. UNC, I got my boys winning by. Give me UNC winning by 8. I don't know the score. Give us winning by 8. I feel it. I feel good about it.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
Tuesday, or tonight, if you're listening on when this was released, we got the Lakers and the Grizzlies. I'll be catching that game. Following that, we got the T-Wolves and the Clippers, both on TNT. Blazers and Warriors. I think that could be a surprising game if Dame does what he did.
For sure.
Cavs and Celtics. That'll be on Wednesday. The Cavs versus Celtics. Thursday, 76ers at Mavericks on TNT. Following that, we got Clippers at Warriors on TNT. Friday, Grizzlies at Nuggets on ESPN.
Oh.
That should be highly contested. That should be chippy. I'm excited for that one.
That's going to be
good. Saturday, 76ers at Bucks on ABC. Those are always a good game. 76ers Bucks games.
Yeah, the Eastern Conference, yeah.
Sunday, we got the Suns at the Mavericks on ABC. I don't know if KD's playing. I think he's questionable. If he plays, though, that's something to definitely look out for. Following that, we've got the Warriors at the Lakers. Good game.
Oh, yeah.
ABC. And then the Grizzlies at the Clippers on ESPN, also on Sunday. The Grizzlies are getting so many nationally televised games.
Good
I'm here for it. I've never, ever seen so many Grizzlies games being on national TV, but hey, I am not complaining.
I wouldn't, man. I wouldn't.
Make sure to follow us on socials at Between Hoops on Instagram, Between Hoops on YouTube, Between Hoops on Spotify. Please subscribe, please like, please comment, please interact. Whatever y'all do, we appreciate it.
To the guy that said I looked like Post Malone working at Menards, I like it. I like the interaction there.
Post Malone at Menards.
Keep it up.
Look at
Keep
this.
it up.
You're missing a few face tats, but
I'll go without them. I'm good. But
we'll let it slide. And until next time, thank y'all for listening to Between Hoops.